This is Matador News.
Hello and welcome to Matador News. My name is Jamie Perez.
And I'm Jenkins. Top story for today is right here in California on the CSU hackings. Here's Matador News reporter Mirna Duron in the newsroom with the latest.
Thank you, Pia. 8 CSU campuses across California have been hacked, including CSUN. Students who have used the We End Violence vendor for the mandatory sexual violence prevention course last semester were exposed. Information such as passwords, student IDs, and sexual identity were all breached. I talked to some CSUN students to see how they felt about the situation.
Sent out an email to like a majority of us who were hacked, and in the email it just listed like what happened and the precautions you should take to make sure that no vital information leaks out.
It's scary just to know that your personal stuff is out there, knowing that other people can know other things about you and get into your stuff. That's a scary thing.
I wasn't too concerned, like none of my passwords match any of my other important accounts or anything like that.
That's pretty scary to know that people can, download your information, your address, or basically where you live, and to find you or do whatever they're going to do with that kind of information. So it's pretty scary, I think.
Students whose information has been hacked are advised to call the We End Violence toll-free number at 877-218-2930. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
Secretary of State John Kerry says the U.S. wants to help European allies by taking in refugees from the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. Tens of thousands of migrants are fleeing from violence and economic turmoil. Presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is asking countries to pledge money at the UN meeting later this month to aid and accept some of the migrants. The refugees may have to wait 3 years before they find out if they can move to the U.S. Security concerns are an issue because of the fear of possible terrorism occurring. The U.S. has provided $4 billion in support so far.
Investigations continue after the bodies of 3 elementary school children were found this morning in a car in South LA. Police are rushed to the scene at about 7:15 after receiving a call about an attack with fatal weapons. LAPD officials say the children suffered from multiple stab wounds, but police say they don't know the cause of the death at this point. One surviving victim is in the hospital and may be the children's father.
Investigators are still not sure why that plane caught on fire in the Las Vegas runway. The plane bound for London Gatwick Airport caught on fire yesterday afternoon at 4. It was carrying 159 passengers and 13 crew members. Official reports say 13 people were taken to the hospital, although none with serious injuries. The incident caused the airport to close the runway. Eyewitnesses say planes were in standstill during the fire.
A man has died in Forest Falls after being swept away in a flash flood. San Bernardino County fire officials say the man was hiking with a woman when a heavy rain came through and created a river runoff, trapping the couple. A sheriff's deputy heard them calling for help and came to their rescue. He was able to save the woman, but the flood overtook the man. Flash flood warnings are still in effect in the San Bernardino County.
The Orange County Risner fire is fully contained after 80 acres burned. The fire started at 4 yesterday, burning near homes in La Habra and Fullerton. 40 homes were evacuated. The fires were contained around 7, allowing people to return to their homes at 8.
Now with April Sanchez with the latest in the July job increase.
Apple Chief Executive Tim Cook says Apple Pay will have more apps and more major retailers participating. We are beginning.
So we believe Apple Pay is going to be huge. It's going to change the way we pay for things. And I'm excited to announce today that we are beginning on Monday.
Cook made the announcement at the annual Apple event in San Francisco. The updated mobile payment system will have one-touch checkout, no credit card number entry, and no need to type addresses. Also, credit card information will not be shared with the merchant. Cook says Apple Pay aims to make plastic credit cards obsolete. The number of available jobs has jumped to the highest level in 15 years. The Labor Department says job openings increased to nearly 6 million in July, but the Labor Department says employers are being slow to fill the advertised positions. And some experts worry this strong job market may not last, with China's stumbling economy continuing to threaten the U.S. stock market. Now let's go to health. Jarvis Haren with the latest news in health.
Thanks, April. The American Medical Association says half of adults have diabetes or prediabetes. 12% to 14% were diagnosed with mostly type 2 diabetes. This condition is linked to obesity. Almost 40% have prediabetes, a condition that elevates blood sugars that can lead to the disease. Studies show lifestyles changes can delay over or prevent prediabetes. California lawmakers approve a ban on the sale of beauty products containing plastic microbeads. The microbeads have become a major source of pollution in the nation's waterways. Researchers say fish and animals are eating the microbeads, causing them to die. Major companies have already agreed to stop using this product in their cosmetics. 6 states have already approved the ban. California is waiting for Governor Brown's decision on the bill. Now let's go back to April Sanchez with the latest news and entertainment.
Stephen Colbert has made his debut as the new host of CBS Late Show. Colbert began with a tribute to former host David Letterman. Eager fans anticipated Colbert's return and waited outside the Late Show set. The Late Show averaged a 4.9 rating and a 13 share. That number is more than double its competitor, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. The former host of The Colbert Report had Republican candidate Jeb Bush and George Clooney as guests. Colbert says he hopes to honor Letterman by doing the best show he can and occasionally making the network very mad. Ellie Goulding will perform at the NFL season kickoff concert. Goulding says she is a fan of English soccer, but American football is very different. Goulding says through her performance, she hopes to learn more about American football. The concert will be held in San Francisco as part of a season-long celebration of Super Bowl 50. Now let's go to Jarvis Haren with the latest news in sports.
Thanks, April. The Dodgers held an 8.5-game lead in the NL West entering last night. They took on the Angels in Game 2 of the Freeway Series. Let's go right to the highlights. Top of the first, Justin Ruggiano wastes no time getting the Dodgers on the board. He gets a fastball from Andrew Heaney and unloads deep to center field. Mike Trout watches and admires, putting the Dodgers in the lead early, 1-0. Bottom of the first, though, Cole Calhoun responds. Pow! A solo blast to right field over the head of Scott Van Slyke. Angels tie it up 1-1. Let's go to the top of the sixth now. The rookie phenom Corey Seager lines one down the line in right field over the wall for a ground rule double. Adrian Gonzalez comes in to score. 3-1 Dodgers. Bottom of the ninth, Kenley Jansen on to close, gets Calhoun to swing and miss. Dodgers win the game 6-4. They have won 5 in a row. CSUN's women's soccer team is traveling to the Nike Portland Invitational with their longest winning streak in 10 years. The Lady Matadors have won 5 in a row, shutting out 3 of their opponents. They open the Invitational this Friday against the Washington Huskies. Washington is 5-1 on the season. The NFL season kicks off tomorrow night. The defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots will host the Pittsburgh Steelers in Foxborough. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady and his teammates will look to put the Deflategate controversy behind them. The rest of the league starts their season on Sunday. That's all for sports. Let's go back to Jamie with some weather.
A heat wave is expected to bake LA over the next week, with temperatures reaching up to 108 degrees. Today in Northridge, temperatures are already at 95 degrees. High pressures from the Midwest are causing health officials to warrant an excessive heat warning. The water is also unusually warm, reaching tropical-like temperatures of 74 degrees. Officials say that the heat will increase the risk of fire due to the combination of wind speeds and years of drought.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Pia Jenkins.
And I'm Jarvis Haren.
I'm April Sanchez.
And I'm Jamie Perez. Stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.